Black Metal Music Theory Lesson 6. Today we're going to talk about scales and harmonizing scales to make chords. So why is harmonizing a scale important? It's important because you can build chords and chord progressions. Today we're going to focus on just building chords. So now we're going to talk about the A minor scale. The A minor scale has the notes A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. Now it's important we learn the notes of this scale. A minor has the easiest notes to learn, A to G. So let's just recap, what exactly is harmonizing? Harmonizing is when you combine notes together. It could be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, as many as you like. What we're going to do is harmonize with dyads. So how do we do that? We start off with our note A, which is what's considered the first degree in the scale, the first note in the scale. And then we just go up 2 notes. So 1 plus 2 is 3. The third degree, third note of A minor is C. And then all we need to do is play an A and C together, and we get an A minor dyad. And now we do this for the rest of the notes in the scale. Chord number 2, B and D. Chord number 3, C and E. Chord number 4, D and F. Chord number 5, E and G. Chord number 6, F and A. Chord number 7, G and B. And then we go back to A. So here's all the chords together. So already we've learned how to harmonize the scale. So when we harmonize in dyads, chords 1, 2, 4, and 5 are all minor dyads. So chord number 1 is A minor dyad. Chord number 2 is a B minor dyad. Chord number 4 is a D minor dyad. Chord number 5 is an E minor dyad. And the rest are just major dyads. So the chords 3, 6, and 7 are all major dyads. So that's chord harmony in dyads. Now a few things change when we talk about triads. So the difference between a dyad and a triad is that dyads are 2-note chords. Triads are 3-note chords. Things change once we expand on the harmony of these certain notes and chords. So for example, let's take the first 2 chords. And we follow the same process where we start with 1 note, we go up 2 notes in the scale, and then we go up a further 2 notes in that specific scale. So what we have to do is add an extra note now to each chord. So let's start off with chord number 1, A. Go up 2 notes in the scale is C. And then we go up another 2 notes. Notes number 1, 3, and 5 in the scale make this chord here, which is just a normal A minor triad. A, C, and E. Now chord number 2 in a minor scale is a little bit different. So let's break it down. We have the note B, which is the second note in the scale. We have to go up to the 4th note, which is a D, and then we go up to the 6th note, which is an F. Now that's a much different sound to our minor triad, because a B minor will sound like this. But we've got this chord. This is what is called a diminished chord, because in this chord we have a root note, a minor third, and a flattened 5th, which gives this really evil and kind of eerie sound, a really dissonant, unsettling sound. So when you're harmonizing in triads, chord number 1 is minor, chord number 2 is diminished. Now you just apply the same principle to each of the chords. And we're going to go through this very quickly. Chords 1, 4, and 5 are all minor triads. So that's A minor, D minor, and E minor. Chords number 3, 6, and 7 are these. C major, chord 3. Chord number 6 is an F major. Chord number 7, G major. And of course the anomaly is chord number 2, which is diminished. And now, expanding the harmony, making seventh chords. We follow the same principle. Pick a note in the scale, go 2 notes up, go another 2 notes up, then another 2 notes up. That way we got a root, third, fifth, and seventh. Note number 1 on the scale, A. 2 notes up, C. 2 notes up, E. Another 2 notes up, G. And that gives us a minor 7 chord. So now all we're doing is just stacking more and more thirds. We're just building up the chords with different thirds. Chord number 2 is B minor 7 flat 5. Because it consists of the notes B, D, F, so that's a minor 7 flat 5. Chord number 3, we're just going to move on quickly because you're getting the idea now. You just have to build. And now, moving on quickly, chord number 3, C major 7. Chord number 4, D minor 7. Chord number 5, E minor 7. Chord number 6, F major 7. Now chord number 7 is when things get a little bit weird. Now we're going to break down the notes. It's going to consist of the notes G, B, D, then F. Now that gives us a dominant 7th chord. A dominant 7 consists of a chord with these intervals: a root, major 3rd, perfect 5th, and the flat 7. The reason why we get the dominant sound is because we have a major 3rd and the flat 7 intervals. Then of course we go back to our A minor. So that's a bit of a deeper dive into scale harmony and how to make chords from scales. Now there will be a continuation to this video, but it will be in the black metal lesson series. Why? Because it's going to teach you how to come up with your own chord progressions, how to use these scales, and help you come up with certain riffs.